We are so sorry for apologies for the lateness. So just kindly confirm again, can we hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Messi. Please go ahead.
Okay, all right, thank you very much, sir. So just permit me, I want to share my screen. Okay, can we see my screen, please?
Yes, we can. Can see.
So good morning, everybody. I'd like to welcome each and every one of us to today's free training session put together by DMC Business School. Please give me a few minutes. Yes. So good morning, everybody. Good morning, distinguished participants, esteemed professional, and valued guests. On behalf of DMC Business School Limited, I warmly welcome you all to our free trainings for the month of March 2026, rather. We are truly delighted to have you join us for this insightful session focused on enhancing our knowledge in tax and compliance. So before we proceed, kindly note the following house rules to ensure a smooth and productive session. All microphones should be kept muted at all times. There will be a dedicated question and answer session. So you can choose to either leave your questions in the chat box, or you can wait till after the session, you raise your hand, and then you have the floor to ask your question. So please ensure that you pay attention so you can be aware of when it's time for question and answer sessions. Participants are encouraged to drop their questions in the chat box. I just mentioned that. After the presentation, the floor will be open for additional questions and contributions. Thank you for your cooperation. So now at this point, it is my pleasure to introduce myself. For today's session, my name is Ms. Mercy Olatejijimo. I will be your moderator and I will be guiding us through this training. Assisted today by my co-moderator, Ms. Peace Morgan. We appreciate your support in ensuring the success of this session. So I will take the introduction and every other thing, and she will do the question and answer session. So don't be confused when I come back or when it's time for question and answer and it's not my voice you're hearing. So we would also like to specially acknowledge our distinguished professional partners, Mr. Gabriel, a financial reporting guru, Mr. Raymond, the tax consultant and general accounting expert, Mr. Akim, the digital accounting and general accounting expert, and Dr. Onye. Now, it is my honor to introduce our paper presenter, Mr. Hemba Tired. I'm sorry, sir, if I do not pronounce your name properly. Forgive me, please. Mr. Theophilus, who serves as a tax controller director at the Fct Internal Revenue Service, we say to Abuja. And we are indeed privileged to learn directly from such a seasoned professional. Truly an opportunity to hear from the source, gaining practical insights and experts and knowledge in taxation. Finally, I would like to recognize the host and the lead mentor of this great initiative, in person of Mr. Donald Mezu, the principal partner and partner of DMC Business School Limited. Thank you, sir, for your continuous commitment to building capacity and empowering professionals. Once again, you all are welcome. So I would like to give the floor to Mr. Donald to do a proper introduction of our paper presenter, Mr. Theophilus. So Mr. Donald, the floor is yours. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ms. Mercy, for what you are doing. You are only doing what you know how to do best. Thank you for all you do. Good morning once again. Good morning, professional colleagues. Good morning, taxpayers. Good morning, anywhere you are. Welcome to a new week. after the long holidays of our Ramadan. I want to use this opportunity to also say happy Ramadan to our Muslim friends. Okay. All right. Of course, this training is one of our free trainings from DMC Business School. And today we decided to do it in a different way. We decided to bring in an erudite person, somebody who is very, very good at what he does. Okay, my own brother, and I call him boss as well. All right, Mr. Hembe Toflos is going to take us on this paper presentation on personal income tax. Okay. Of course, we know that we have less than 10 days. In fact, we have about 7 days to go to file our personal income tax. So that is why DMC Business School, thought it wise to bring this program at this point. We still have a whole of this week to, practicalize and put in place whatever we are going to learn today. Okay, so we're also going to look at filing our audited financial statement, the business names. Of course, you know that business names and personal income tax are administered by state. So there is no other person that is better to handle this training for us, if not our own brother, our friend, Mr. Hembe Theophilus. He is the tax controller of FCT Internal Revenue Service, Wuse 2, Abuja. Mr. Hembe, thank you very much for accepting to take us on this paper presentation today. We appreciate you. And please, over to you, sir. Please, you can start now. Thank you very much, sir. You can start. Thank you. Okay, while we wait for, I saw him here. Okay. While we wait for our
Can you hear me, please?
presenter to join us, there's some network issue in his own area. Let's just be a little patient while he joins. Okay, so moderator Messi, I hand over back to you, please. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. So yes, I think we can do a brief introduction, giving the speaker the time to put himself together and come on here and give us the knowledge that we need. So we can start a brief introduction. So let's get to know ourselves. You tell us your name, tell us your location, where you're joining us from. So the floor is open. I think I'll start and introduce myself. Then I'll hand over to my co-moderator, please, to also introduce herself so you all can hear her voice for the first time. Yes. So my name is Mercy Jimo Olateju, like I said initially, and I'm your moderator for today. I'm speaking to you from Abuja. Yes. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. My name is Peace, and I'm your co-moderator.
Sorry, did we hear her?
Yes, we do.
Can we actually
heard her, yes.
Okay, so the floor is open. Please, can we do a brief introduction? Everybody, just turn on your mic briefly, tell us your name, and tell us your location. Thank you very much.
My name is Hope Uchechukwu Onyekwebios. I'm joining from Abuja.
I'm Philip. Philip Adole. Morning, I'm Philip Adole. I joined from Abuja.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Yes, my name is Titilola Ogunperu. I'm joining from Abuja.
Hello.
Thank you.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Okay, good morning, sir. Yes, we can. Mr. Ham there. We can hear you, sir.
Okay. Oh,
Are
so
you ready
sorry.
now,
I
sir?
don't know that's from your end or yours. Yes, I'm ready. Well, can you
Okay.
hear me well?
Yes, we
Okay,
can hear you,
yes.
sir.
We
Please
can
go
hear
ahead,
you
sir.
now, sir. You can
The
go
floor is
ahead.
yours, sir.
Okay. Okay, fine. So, good morning, everybody. So sorry for the heat. I don't know whether it's from my end. Uh, okay. As I've been introduced, my name is Hembe. The other name is a bit difficult for the moderator to call, but it's Tehide. If you're not comfortable with that, you can just call the second one, Hembe Tehide Theophilus.
Eight names.
So I hope. Can you hear me? Would you like to
Yes, sir.
mute
We can hear
your
you, sir. We can hear
microphone?
you loud and clear, sir.
Okay. Okay. Can we mute our microphones? Okay. So today I'll be given the opportunity by DMC Business School to do a presentation on a topic we've couched to read personal income tax obligations in the FCT. I've not met all of us here, just a few of us. So I don't know what background we have, but for the fact that we're here, it means we're interested in taxation. Some of us might be experts already in it, some might be beginners. So I'll try and position myself somewhere in the middle. Okay? And at this point, will it make sense if I share my screen?
Yes, sir. You can share. You
I'm
can
trying
go
to
ahead
do
and
that
share your screen,
now.
sir. You can go ahead, sir.
Okay, yes, I'm trying to do that now.
Moderator, can you stop sharing your whole screen so that our
Aha.
presenter can go ahead?
Have you stopped?
You can go ahead and share your screen, sir.
Can you see mine now?
No.
Information, my screen. I just shared.
It's coming up.
Sir, we can't see your screen yet. It's just showing I started sharing screen, but we can't see your screen. Can we hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, but we can't hear him.
Okay. Mr. Theophilus, we can't see your screen yet.
Yeah, it's coming up. Let's just be a little patient. Think that it's network issue there. Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay, then I think we can continue with our introduction.
Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Ezekiel Fritian. I'm from Abuja.
Thank you very much, Ezekiel.
I will share, or you send it to me, I will share for you. Then it's okay, sir.
Let me do that. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Hello.
Good morning, we can hear you.
My name is Ibrahim Felix. I'm joining from Abuja.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Ibrahim. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Ibrahim. Thank you. Please, let's continue with the introductions. We've met Mr. Ibrahim. Who else would like us to meet them?
Hello, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning. We can hear you.
Okay, this is John Samuel. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello, good morning. I said this is John Samuel.
Okay, John Simon.
Samuel, please. Samuel. Samuel.
Okay, John Samuel. Okay, Samuel. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Please mute your
Good
mics.
morning.
Mute your mics if you're not speaking, please. Kindly mute your mic.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, sir. Yeah, my name is Okezie Keleme. I'm connected from Abuja.
Jojo? It's not me, Jojo.
Are we done with the introduction? Please, everybody, if you're not speaking, mute your mics, please. I beg you in the name of God. Mute your mics, please. I've muted the person. The person keeps on muting himself. Who is this? Who is this demon?
You say mute. But I'm muting it. I don't understand.
Hello, can we hear me? Please kindly confirm that you can hear me if you can.
Yes, we can.
Okay, we're so
Yes,
sorry.
we can.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So sorry for the delay. Our paper presenter is still trying to sort out his network issues. And so for now, let's just be patient. He will join us as soon as he can. I mean, we have a lot packed for you people today. There's so much knowledge to be gained for free, if I may add. So please do not miss out. Just endure for this short period, and I'm sure we'll be with you soon. So like I said, are we done with the introduction? Because I can see names of people here that I've not heard them introduce themselves. So please, if you've not introduced yourself, I can see Charles. Charles, have you introduced yourself? I can see Bola Omotosho. Have you introduced yourself? Where are you coming? Where are you joining us from? I'm seeing Babatunde. Babatunde, have you introduced yourself, or you don't want us to hear your voice? Please introduce yourself. Let us hear you. Know where you're talking to us from. At least let's keep the session lively a bit, pending the time that we'll sort out the network.
Okay. Hello,
Good
everyone.
morning, everyone. Tunde Komala, my name, joining from Abuja here.
Okay. Thank you very much for your introductions. Yes, we
Hello,
can hear you,
hear
sir.
me?
Okay. Mercy, let me just a little recap
Hello.
of what is expected, from our So please confirm if you can see the screen.
Yes, we
Hello,
can
Mercy.
see. You can see it.
Okay. I just shared the screen for our presenter today. So he's coming now to, continue with the presentation. Please, we are sorry for the network issue from his end. I think the network is really, really bad. The network is really terrible. All right. So as you can see there, he's ready, and he will join us just very shortly, and he will continue with the paper presentation. We sincerely apologize for the network hitches, for the network issues we have. We are very, very sorry. We are sincerely sorry about that. Sometimes the network is always like that. So please pardon us. It's not intentional. All right. So Mr. Hembe Theophilus will join us very shortly. Thank you very much for staying with us. Thank you very much for staying too. Thank you. So Mr. Hembe, if you are, yes, he's on now. Mr. Hembe, please you have the mic. Over to you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. I'm so sorry for this mix-up. Anyway, straight to the topic. Understanding your personal income tax obligations to the Federal Capital Territory Internal Revenue Service, Fct Irs, where I happen to be the tax controller. So, next slide. Mr. Donald, can you shift the slide to the next? Okay. Now, just for the purpose of those of us who, what is tax? Tax is a mandatory financial charge or a levy that is imposed by government on income, gains on transactions involving property or profit from sales. Any individual or legal entity that earns income is liable to tax. Now, the administration of tax in Nigeria is across the 3 tiers of government, i.e. the local government, state, and then federal. So, but for the purpose of our interaction today, we're looking at individual taxes. And those individual taxes are mainly administered by the state internal revenues, for which the Fct internal revenue is one of them. So in Nigeria, we have 36 of them plus the Fct Irs, making 37 revenues, or as we call it, State Internal Revenue Service, or some call it boards. So next slide. I want us to move quickly. Now, understanding the obligations that you have with respect to personal income tax is very important. Now, it's important because whether we like it or not, like we said in the opening, it's a charge or a levy that we must pay once you earn an income or you make a gain from business. So once you understand what your obligations are and the timing where you need to meet those obligations, you are better off because you now are better positioned to avoid unnecessary penalties. And most importantly for us is that you are in a position now to contribute to the development of the state, in this case, the FCT. So next slide. Now, the legal framework for PIT in Nigeria, I deliberately highlighted those first 3 in yellow because they've been repealed by the Nigerian Tax Act 2025, which took effect January 1, 2026. Or where Personal Income Tax Act, Finance Act, various of them. There was Finance Act 2020, 2021, and 2019, and then the Capital Gains Tax Act. All of these now have been subsumed under the Nigerian Tax Act, which took effect January 1. And then you also have the deduction at source regulation, basically what we call withholding tax. And then the Fct Irs Establishment Act, what gives us as Fct Irs the power to assess or let an account for taxes that have to do with individuals resident in the FCT. So who is liable for PIT? This is very important. Individuals. And who are these individuals? They are essentially employees of organizations. Once you are an employee, and I must stress here, as an individual at home, maybe I have a driver, I have staff at home who cook for me, I have cleaners, those personal staff. I am their employer, and each of them, to the extent that they earn a salary from their employment, are liable to tax. Please note that. Self-employed persons, traders, professionals, artisans, to go to Wuse market, Gariki market, all those persons there doing a business or the other, those who are hawking, they are all ideally liable to tax, except where there are clear exemptions in the law. Partners in a partnership. So, like you have Donald Mezo and Co., probably 2 or 3 partners. Each of those partners are liable to the income they derive from the activities of the partnership. That's their share of income or profit, as well as income from other sources. Executives and directors of companies. This is also another very important point I want us to note. Many of us feel once you have a company, it's just company income tax only, that entity is obligated to. The individuals that own that company, the directors, they are liable to tax on their income. And what is those income sources? I mean, what are those income sources? Some of them get what you call sitting allowances on the board. Each time the board meets and they sit, they pay them allowances. Those allowances are subject to tax. Some of them are actually salaried, and then some get shareholders who get dividends. All of those things are, those sources of income are subject to tax. Then you have estate and trust beneficiaries, where you have an estate of probably a dead person, and then the beneficiaries of such an estate are benefiting one thing or the other from what was left behind and probably being managed by some other person. Those benefits they get are taxable. Now, what income are taxable? Salaries and wages are taxable. Business profits are taxable in Nigeria. Professional fees are taxable. Let's say you provide accountancy services or you provide estate management services. Those professional fees are taxable. Rent and investment income is taxable. Where you have a house, even if you're an employee of government or private sector and you have a house somewhere that you've let out, the rents you get there are supposed to be declared at the right time and then subject to tax. If you invest and you get a return on investment, those investments are also subject to tax. Bonuses, allowances, no, don't go so fast. We're going to meet up with time. We will meet up with time. Bonuses, allowances, and benefits in kind. I want to stress benefit in kind. Very key, is taxable. What this means is you may not be giving cash in your employment, for instance, but you have a card that you use personally, and you use a part of it for the office. The portion which you use personally can be more valued and then become subject to tax. Commissions and dividends are also taxable. So next slide. Now, there are three distinct modes of assessments, to tax in Nigeria. And there's a self-assessment. This is very key. Every Nigerian under our tax laws has the right to self-assess themselves, which means that at the end of the year, you are expected to prepare your income, declare it in the prescribed form, and then do an assessment to tax, and even proceed to pay that tax. Then come forward to the tax authority and file what you call your returns in the prescribed form. Now, the opposite of that is direct assessment, where you don't exercise your self-assessment right. Then the revenue has the right now to do a direct assessment to tax on your income. And then you now have the pay as you earn, basically for employees, those who draw a salary from an organization. So in that case, the organization becomes the agent of the revenue and is obligated to deduct a portion of what your personal income tax is from every monthly salary they pay you. So next slide. Next slide. Next slide, please. Okay. Now, allowable deductions. What this means are reliefs. When you hear relief, it means tax is painful. It's painful to me who also collects here because I also pay. Nobody likes to part with money. Therefore, the government now also has certain, statutory things that enables you to at least get a small reprieve or relief from that pain or that burden, as some call it. Prior to now, they had what we call consolidated revenue, relief allowance. That has been done away with the new tax act. So now a new relief has been introduced called the rent allowance, which is essentially 20% of your annual rent, but subject to a maximum of 500,000 naira. That can be used now to knock off a portion of your gross earnings that you declared. If you refer to the slide before, I said you have the right to come and declare your income yourself and assess yourself. So that income you declare from all sources, the law allows you to remove a maximum of 500,000 naira out of your total annual rent as a way of relieving you of tax. So that 500 is not taxable. Furthermore, the law also provides 4 other reliefs that are, generally called statutory because they are in the law, in black and white. So you have pension. If you are contributing to pension, those contributions are deductible, meaning that you can claim them, you can reduce them from your gross income. Only the balance now will be subject to tax. Your contribution to National Housing Fund, your contribution to health insurance scheme and life assurance premium.
Bank.
Could you mute your phone? Just join quietly. Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
She also talks to
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Someone in the background is marketing.
Yes, I'm taking care of it, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, fine. All right, so next slide. Now, all of the other slides were basically to provide a background for what we are discussing today. And we're going to discuss now just in 5 minutes and wrap up. That background many of us know, but it's important to still set the tone beginning from there so that our obligations under the personal income tax regime in Nigeria will be clear to us. Now, what are those obligations? If you are an individual that earns income in Nigeria, or you are resident in Nigeria and you earn income both in Nigeria and from other sources outside of Nigeria,
Hello, sir. Are you still there, sir?
can you hear me? I'm back up now.
Yes,
Hello,
sir,
can
we
you
can
hear me?
hear you. We can hear you,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, so sorry about that. Okay, now you must register and obtain a tax ID. Prior
Hello, sir. Can you hear us, sir? Mr. Hembe, it's like we can't hear you, sir.
He has logged out, sir. I think probably still having network issues.
Yes, he's back now.
Would like to apologize to everyone. Please just give us a few seconds to sort this out. It's a general network issue, I believe, on his end. Thank you for your patience.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, sir, we can hear you, sir.
Okay, fine. So
Go ahead, sir. I think the network is really bad.
All right, apologies once again. Apologies once again. I'm sure we'll soon get back
you are
to
supposed to pay your taxes and levies promptly to avoid penalty.
Mr. Theophilus, we can't really hear you, like you're breaking in and out. You're breaking in and out. Can you?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Can you hear me? Next slide.
Yes, we can hear you, sir,
Wow.
but you have been off and on for
This is
some
frustrating.
minutes now.
It's so frustrating.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
I can
I
hear
can
you
hear
now.
you now.
Sir.
Okay.
Okay.
God will
God will
help
help
us.
us to
We'll
go
go
through
through
this.
it. Now,
Now,
pay
pay
due
due
taxes
taxes.
He said it should come.
and levies
But the problem
promptly.
is, we get the money, whether it's can you be just to that. Like, leave there now. This is what the same. Like, food. Leave.
We can't hear you, sir. We cannot hear you, sir.
Hello. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, but it's still breaking.
Recording in progress.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you, sir, but network is
Hello.
really. Yes, can you hear me, sir?
Hello.
Recording in progress.
Hello. Can you
Can
hear
you hear
me?
me, sir? Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Can you hear me? Now. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
We can't protest because it's free. Otherwise,
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Hello.
Sir, we can hear you. We can hear you very well. We can hear you loud and clear.
Hello.
So sorry, it's not intentional.
Yeah.
So I changed my connection to another too. Sadly,
I have three
different connections and Nigeria.
Okay. So
can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now, sir.
Yes, we can hear
Okay,
you.
fine. All right. So next slide. You have to maintain proper records of financial transactions. respond to tax notices. Now, those records are very key. And records have to do with, say, your income records. If you make sales daily, you are supposed to keep those records. If you incur any expenses, ensure that you are keeping records. Very, very important. You must keep documentary evidence such that if the tax man comes, you can see clearly and verify your claims. Why is this important? It's important because in the new tax act, a number of individuals, depending on the amounts of income they earn, are exempted from paying tax. If you're under employment and you earn 800,000, your first 800,000 naira is taxed at 0%. Then if you're in business and you can show that you are a small business, you are totally exempted from company income tax. Now, the only way you can show and claim this is where you have records that can speak to the fact that you are really a small business. Now, you must also respond to all tax notices from tax offices. When the tax administrator sends you a notice, either an invitation to register or a notice of assessment to tax, don't take it for granted. Because within the provisions of the new act, you have a time frame within which you have a right to object to such a notice, particularly if it's a notice of assessment to tax. Now, if you sleep on your right and that time lapses, then that's the end. It becomes a debt which you must pay. So next slide. Now, apart from individuals, employers, like I said initially, are automatically agents of the revenue. So the employer, to the extent that you have an employee and you are paying the person, he or she, salary, you must on a monthly basis deduct the correct amount of pay tax and remit to the revenue. You must remit these taxes deducted on or before the 10th day of the following month, after which you are paid salaries. What this means is if you pay salary in this March now, by next month, April, on or before 10th, you are supposed to remit the pay element of it to the revenue and file the return, which shows the breakdown on the staff, what each of them earned in that month, and then the tax that you deducted, accompanied with the payment receipt. Now, such employees also on an annual basis must honor before the last day of January. That's in January after the year after the tax year. What do I mean? This January 31st, 2026 was the deadline for filing annual return on employee income for 2025. So we need to note these deadlines and ensure that we comply by them, because failure to do so attracts very stiff penalties in the new act. So next slide. No, we went too fast. Now, I just spoke about these offenses and penalties, 4 of them broadly. Penalty for failure to register and obtain tax ID, something as simple as that. The penalty is heavy, we'll look at it. Late filing of tax returns. Then you also are liable to interest on unpaid tax. So if you are supposed to, as an employee or an employer deducts tax from salaries he pays the employee and fails to remit it. Apart from the penalties, there's also interest at the prevailing CBN rates for the period for which you are yet to remit that money, up until the day you remit it. Then there's also the likelihood of you being taken to court on criminal or civil elements of your failure to do the needful. Where you fail to register completely, that could be seen as tax evasion. That's criminal. Where you fail to file monthly, yes, it's civil, but then the penalties are huge. Next slide. So I just extracted 2, but there from section 100 all the way to section 127 of the Nigerian Tax Act 2025 is a list of penalties that are general in nature with respect to personal income tax. Now, the first one there, section 100 of NTA, says, and I read, a taxable person who fails or refuses to register for tax is liable to an administrative penalty of 50,000 in the first month, then 25,000 every month until the day you register. And if you notice one thing in the new act now, there's no caveat upon conviction. This one is administrative. Once the revenue determines that you fail to register, they can penalize you, and you have no option but to pay. Now, if it's a statutory body or a company, it's even a higher penalty. It's 5 million naira. Section 101 of the same act says a taxable person who fails or refuses to file returns knowingly or unknowingly, or files such a return in such a manner that is incomplete or inaccurate, whether the person knows or not, is liable to an administrative penalty of 100,000 in the first instance and then 50,000 every month for as long as that contravention continues. So you discover that if you are in this forum now and you are responsible for filing Paye, annual returns of your company's employees, and you miss that deadline in January, then note that for February, you already have 100,000 hanging against the organization. March now, when it goes, it'll be 50,000. If it continues all the way for several years, you multiply 50,000 by the number of months in each year. It will be the penalty you would have to pay, plus the interest on the amount of pay you ought to have deducted and remitted that you failed to remit. And this will continue until the day you pay. So next slide. Can you hear me? Next slide. So, as I said, I had wanted to put all of this within 30 minutes. Somehow the network didn't let me, but I think we're on time. It was supposed to start 11 to 1, and I believe 1 was basically for us to walk you through on how to register and file on tax portal and then to entertain questions. So what would you have us do? Should we go ahead and walk us through how to register on the Fct Irs new tax administration portal, or we take questions at this junction?
Please go ahead, sir. Please go ahead, sir.
Okay, fine. So next slide. That will take us just 10 minutes and we're done.
All right, sir.
Next slide. Next slide. Okay, so how to register, file, and pay on tax portal. We call it tax portal, there's no L. A similar way, FIRS, now NRS, calls their Tax Pro Max. Ours is tax portal. So next slide. So key things to note. It might be too small, but these slides will be circulated. You need to note the URL. That's the address, the web address to visit to access the Fct Internal Revenue website for this purpose. So I'll detect it. It's https :// Then I will spell tax portal as in TAXPORTA. I repeat, TAXPORTA.gov.ng. So if you are participating here and your phone is free to key this in, you could key in and just follow us as we go along. Next slide. Once you enter the correct address, it should bring you here, this landing page. Now, just beneath the green button where you have continue, you will see create account. So click on it. Next slide. Once you click on it, it will bring you here where you now need to click on please select. Now, if you're an individual, you just simply need to select individual since we are discussing individual. If you are a company that has employees that want to remit their pay on their behalf, you select corporate. So next slide. Once you select individual, it takes you to where you should select means of registration. Next slide. Once you click on means of registration, there's only one means we have for now, which is your national identity number. Now, what you need to select now is select manual entry. Next slide. Once you select manual entry, you enter your NIN. Ensure your NIN is correct. Next slide. Next slide, please. Okay. Once you enter your NIN and is correct, and you click on continue, it takes you to a page where the system interacts with NIMC and fetches your details. Your full name, first name, middle name, last name, your address, email, and phone number. So next slide. Now, where those details that are fetched are not correct, most importantly is your email address. Then those pages are not shown here. But I mean, it's a very simple, straightforward process. Once the first thing you should look out for when it brings your details from NIMC is whether the email that is registered with NIMC is correct, up to date, and the one that you have access to. If not, there's a field there where you enter the correct email and make it your primary email. The rest is simple. Enter your phone number, address, and then click on register. It registers you and sends you an email to the email address that you registered. And what is contained in that email is your password. You use that password to visit this site again, enter the email you registered, enter the password, and voila, you are in your tax account. So the next couple of slides now basically show the same process, but now for a corporate. So go on. Where you have RC number for the corporate, don't enter the letters R and C, just enter the number only. The rest is easy to follow. Next slide. Okay. Now, this is for an individual who has successfully registered and logged into their tax account. Once you successfully register and log in, this is how your tax account looks like. I want us to note quickly that going forward from next year, the situation where your employer comes to apply for TCC on your behalf will no longer hold. Every employee will be responsible for filing their annual returns, and pay any additional taxes if they exist. The only thing the employer will do is, if you take your cursor and go see where you have PIT filing, the first thing you can see there, I don't know that you can see it, all of us, you can see assessment, ledger balance, credit account. Under that credit account, if you click it, you will see all the payee tax that your employer is remitting on your behalf. Each year, at the end of the year, you should see 12 of them. So by the time you come in here and click on PIT that we highlighted, it will take you to where, next slide. It will take you here where you click on file return, next slide. And then you can select the year of assessment. In this case, select the tax year. So in this case, for those who are going to file on or before the last day of this month now, they'll be selecting 2025. And then the income source, once you click on that, it will bring out a drop down where you can select income from employment. Employment being whether it's salary or pension, the income from investment or business. It's very, very easy to navigate. and then enter the income account and upload a document that shows that you are earning that income. It could be your bank statement, it could be your pay slip, it could be your employment letter. Next slide. You see what I was saying now? Once you click on that income sources, it gives you a drop down and you select the one that is applicable to you. It's also possible that you have more than one income source. So after this, there's a button down, you say add income source. It will repeat the same thing and you select the next one and then enter the appropriate amount. Next slide. Next slide. So that's about it. Once you enter that income source and you upload the necessary documents, the portal already knows what to do. On the basis of your declared income, it will give you an assessment. You can now accept that assessment. Once you accept, it takes you now to a payment page where you can now add payment. And you've done what you need to do for that year. In this case, for this year. So go back until I say stop. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going, please. One more. One more. One more. Good. So this is where we are. Thank you very much. Questions now?
All right, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. It seems the moderator is thrown off as well. Thank you very much, my own brother, Mr. Hembe. Thank you for this wonderful and insightful presentation, even when the network has been very, very horrible. Today's network, something is wrong somewhere. Okay, so my dear participant, please, so sorry for the network issues that has occurred. It was not intentional. It's just the situation we find ourselves in a developing nation like ours. Okay, thank you very much for staying tuned. Please, can you give a thumbs up for our paper presenter? Please give him, clap for him. Let's give him a thumbs up. If you enjoyed his presentation, let's give him a thumbs up, please. Thank you very much. So, moderator, if you are back, you let me know so that I can continue. We are on this question.
I'm here now, sir.
All right, please go ahead. Let's check if we have any question. Those people that raise their hands so that we can ask questions to our paper presenters so we can wrap up this presentation. Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Donald. Thank you very much, our speaker, Mr. Theophilus. Thank you very much for that insightful and thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Donald. Thank you very much, our paper presenter, Mr. Theophilus. We really appreciate the knowledge you've shared with us, and I hope everybody actually gained something, and I hope we're very happy with today's session. So moving forward, we'll be going into the question and answer session of this training. So the floor is open. Just in case you're shy and you don't want us to hear your voice, you can leave your questions in the chat box. But for people that are bold like me, I want to share their voices. Okay, I can see some hands up, about 3 hands up. Okay, so we'll start with David Nuhu. Please keep your questions direct and precise. Like, ask your question, go straight to the point, and answer your questions. Thank you very much. So Mr. David Nuhu, the floor is yours. Please ask your question.
Thank you very much. Thank you, the presenter, and thank you, DMC, for this opportunity. I just want clarity. Please, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Okay, I just want clarity. The filing of the annual returns for Paye, which is 31st January every year, right? I hope I'm not mistaken. That is for business names, and then that of 31st March every year, which is just around the corner, that will be for companies, right?
That is not exactly very correct. So should I wait and take all the questions so I can quickly answer this one? Now, for a tax agent, and what do you mean tax agent? Any person or corporate entity, legal entity, that has employees. Once you have an employee, you don't even need to write an application to Fct Irs or the state where you are resident and doing that business. The fact that you have an employee that you pay salaries confers on you an agency relationship with the revenue. And it means that you must deduct Paye from the salaries you pay every month and remit to that revenue, in this case, the Fct Irs. And your filing due dates. Filing means where the date on or before which you would have made these remittances and filed a report. Let me call it report. Filed a return in the prescribed format that shows how you arrive at what you paid. Is monthly on the 10th of every month preceding the month you pay salaries. On or before 10th. And then annual returns on or before the last day of January. Do you understand?
Yes.
Mr. David?
Yes, I'm with you. Yes, sir.
Now, for the employees as well as other individuals, including individuals engaged in business. Now, there's a distinction. An individual that's engaged, that's employed, is employed. An individual engaged in business would be the following example. Donald Mezu and Co., a partnership, is considered to be an individual. Yes. Because the taxable person is the partners that make up that partnership, not the partnership. ABC Chartered Accountants and Co. So ABC Chartered Accountants and Co. can now be in two boxes. To the extent that they have employees that they pay salaries, they are tax agents and are obligated to file annual return on employee emoluments on or before the last day of January every year, and also to file and remit due taxes on or before the 10th day of the following month after salaries were paid. Now, the same ABC Chartered Accountants and Co. are liable to personal income tax on the share of income from that partnership activity that is in the hand of the partner. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So they are liable. Any other individual who earns an income, probably you are Mr. Hembe, who just has houses in Abuja and gets rent from them. At the end of the last day, on or before the last day of the third month of the year after the year in which you earn that income, I am supposed to come forth and declare my income from that source, as well as other sources. In this case, rent. Be assessed to tax on that income and then pay my personal income tax. What do I mean? As an individual, regardless of whether I'm working for somebody and drawing a salary, me, Hembe, talking to you now, on or before 31st of March this year, I am supposed to file, regardless of the fact that I work with the revenue.
I hope
I am going to. Hello?
Sir, we can hear you now.
Hello?
Are you done addressing his question?
Almost. It's a very important question. That's why I'm stressing it. So let me just round up. Therefore, me as Hembe who works with the revenue, my Fct Irs deducts payee from my salaries every month and remit. That does not
Yes.
absolve me of my responsibility, my obligation to honor before 31st of March, file a return. And in that return, in that form, I must declare my salary from Fct Irs and income from other sources. And what are those other sources? In the previous slides here, which will be shared, I said those income include rent. Let's assume that I have an investment in the company and I'm getting dividend. Let's assume all the way to gifts, even though gifts are contentious. Anything I can call income that comes to me personally for my personal use, I'm obligated to declare it so that an assessment can be raised. The payee that was deducted 12 times in the year is only a portion of my total personal income tax that I'm supposed to pay. Therefore, if at that time I declare income from all sources and I'm assessed to tax and is more than the payee that was deducted from just employment, then I'll pay the additional. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for this.
Can we hear me? Please kindly confirm that you can hear me, please.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, Mr. Nuhugoro, please, if we answered your question very well and you're satisfied with our response, please kindly give us a thumbs up. Give the paper presenter a thumbs up so he knows that you are satisfied with the response. Okay, so next we're going to be giving Queen Latifah the floor to ask a question. Queen Latifah, the floor is open to you.
Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, we can hear you.
Yeah, please, I have one question, then the other second one is an observation. My first question is, someone is a military personnel and he has retired as a military personnel. Now, he wants to pay his personal income tax. You know, military personnel, they pay to federal government. Now, how are we going to treat his personal income tax? Is it going to federal government or is coming to Fct Irs? That one is one. Then the second one is an observation. I observed that, like, this is not Fct Irs I know. This year, I applied for tax clearance since January. Up till now, none of the tax clearance I applied for does not come out. Given issue that because of change of platform, please, I don't know how you can keep on giving your client excuses today, tomorrow that they say the tax clearer. You know how it is. Please, kindly find solution to this problem. Thank you.
Okay, so I can answer that and speak to that straight away. So let me start with the military personnel. Now, when you're in active service as a military personnel, not just them, there are a certain category of persons that, even though what they pay by way of tax on their income is regarded that can be classified under personal income tax, the administration of such personal income tax is done by the federal tier of government, specifically NRS, which is why in the slide that sought to address that, I wrote mainly administered by the SIRS, that's PIT, but not solely. So I'm glad you are bringing this up. Now, the moment that person retires, he is no longer a military personnel, my understanding. At least no longer in active service. So once you retire, you go back to become, in quote, a civilian. Therefore, at that point, where you are resident, whatever income you generate, the taxes on it are administered by the tax authority where you are resident. So in this case, such a military officer who has pulled out, who is resident in the FCT, has personal income tax obligations as far as his retirement income and other sources of income are concerned to the Fct Irs. Now, let me also use this opportunity to make some clarification based on what I see here. Many persons come forth and say, hey, I'm a retiree, and just present their retirement income alone. The tax law is very clear. It says your personal income tax is on your gross income from all sources. All sources means that your rental income in this case, your retirement income, that's retirement benefits, which is pension, your income from rent, if you have income from investments, all sources must be declared. So I have situations where a retiree comes, and by the time we now want to ask for other sources of income, you see some getting agitated. Can't you let me retire in peace? But the law is the law. Your tax is applicable on income from all sources, including pension. It is when you declare all that some that fall under the tax exempt category, including pension, can be knocked off, but you must declare them. Now, on your observation, I share that concern, and I must tell you that even this morning, I almost came late for this meet. There's a current attention that is being given to this by the management, to see how we can put this behind us. But of a fact, even while I was in the banking industry, when there's a change in platform like this, the aim is not to cause pain. The aim ultimately is to deliver convenience. So you see, the online filing, by the time you get underway with your corporation, would mean that you don't necessarily need to spend transport and time to go to a tax office. You can do everything with your phone on the go. Whether you are in FCT or you traveled out of FCT, you don't have, so you can meet up with these compliance deadlines. I have situations in the past where people will call and say, we prepared everything, but we had to go and do something in Lagos. We might be late by a day. Those things will no longer come to play because everything will be online. So it's just a short-term, medium, not even medium-term, short-term pain that we all are going through, but a lot is being done to address it. So my apologies on behalf of myself and the service for the experience you are going through. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Theophilus. Would like to do something very briefly, but let me share my screen first. Please, Mr. Donald, confirm that you are there. Mr. Donald? Okay.
Certificate for me, yeah?
Yes, but Mr. Donald is the one that is supposed to do this presentation. So, Mr. Donald, please kindly confirm that you are present. Or should we
done
shift
with the question?
No, we'll go back to the question. Should we
Okay.
shift it to a later time?
Let's shift it since we've lost him.
Okay.
The questions are more important than my certificate. Now, I can see in the comments column, someone asked here, Mba Maduibike asked, Mba, are you there? You could wave your hand.
Okay.
It says this year's 2026 annual return, will it be based on the old or new law? Now, 2026 is year of assessment, wherein you are filing 2025 annual return. I need us to be clear on that. So you have the tax year, then you have the year in which the assessment is being done. So 2026 now is the year of assessment for income earned in 2025, which is the tax year. So in 2026 year of assessment, those who are coming under self or direct assessment, whose deadline is upcoming, the assessments will be done, in my opinion.
Question. I thought you said
Again, I
after
stress my opinion on the basis of the old law. But for those who are currently filing payee, monthly payee, that have already done January and February are waiting to do March, it will be the deductions are on the basis of the new law. The other question I see here is the tax portal active and online? Can I register as an individual myself? Yes, that is contained in the last slides that we presented. And it's an easy 2-minute process. You are registered and you have your tax ID. Thank you.
Thank you very much,
Moderator.
sir. I think there's still another question in the chat box, but let's finish responding to those whose hands have been raised. Then we'll come back to the questions in the chat box. So Esther, please, the floor is yours. Ask your question. Please keep it brief and precise as possible. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, the presenter. Thank you for good job. Really enlightened this morning. Thank you so much. Please, my question is on business names. As we are preparing accounts now, or have even started filing for companies, for company income tax. Companies prepare their financial statements to file with the FRS. Do business names need to prepare their financial statements through and file with the Fct Irs or State Internal Revenue Service? That's my question. Thank you. Hello?
Okay.
Did you hear me? Okay.
Yes, it's a straightforward question. Now, first you need to ask yourself, why do you need an AFS? That's annual financial statement or report. The reason is it provides accounting and non-accounting information about, that's financial and non-financial information about the entity for different users, including tax administrators. So to that extent, if you're a legal entity that is engaged in business and financial activity, it only behoves that you should prepare such a statement so that it can be subjected to scrutiny and review. So, by way of a direct answer, for the revenue at the state level, this can be a requirement. I'm not saying should be a requirement, it can be a requirement. It strengthens your submissions with respect to your assessment or tax computations. So you now have an opportunity to prepare and submit in that statement a logical process you followed in arriving at the profit you declared from such a business. Where you don't provide that, you starve the revenue or the tax administrator of that level of information. But is it a crime? No. You simply create an opportunity for the person reviewing your submissions to begin to ask further questions or seek further clarifications as to your declarations. So typically for us, at the state internal revenue, your annual financial statements are requested, but most importantly, is your bank statements and other records that might help the revenue in ascertaining that what you declared as your income is actually the correct figures. So, did I answer you? Hello? Hello?
Hello, sir, we can hear you. Esther, please kindly confirm that we've answered your question effectively well. I guess probably she's not here, or probably there's like a network. Okay, she's giving us a thumbs up. So thank you very much, Esther, for that question. So we're going to be giving, is this Damilola Babatunde the floor? So Mr. Babatunde, the floor is yours.
Good afternoon, our host and the facilitator. Can you hear me?
I can hear you very well, yes.
All right. Good afternoon, sir, Mr. Teide, and thanks for the brief presentation, and I appreciate the host for the time taken out to always enlighten us regularly. Please, my question, when you navigated through the slides, trying to get us in tune with the process of registration, I had the challenge this morning, and in fact, it's a good coincidence that you are running through it again. And my question is, when trying to sign up, but we know that everybody that are entitled being on the, I've been registered with Fct Irs. Now that you are going automated, every employee of labor has to register. I was trying to register this morning to generate a team. After clicking on the menu, it took me to a page saying that I should validate, and then I was asked to take picture, and I tried to do it, and what I was getting was an error message that selfie image not uploaded, and I couldn't just go ahead. I want you to probably take us through that process again or explain, because I've tried like 3-4 times. I've not been successful with it, trying to register myself to generate a team, because we already onboarded ourselves as an organization. We have a tax ID on the portal, but we are told that each employee needs to go to the tax portal and register and generate a team, so that when we are filing our tax returns, we're able to put our team in our schedule.
Okay, so I can answer you straight away. Before I go beating my chest and praising what we have, I must say that here and elsewhere in the world, technology is an enhancer, but it also comes with its challenges. But the benefits far outweigh the demerits of it. So for the live capture, it's also to protect your data and information. Otherwise, we'd have just made it such that once you enter an NIN, it fetches your details. But I mean, a situation where the wrong person picks your NIN and tries to get your private details is not one that we are amenable to. So as a further layer of security, we have that liveliness capture, so that it takes your image and then compares with the image that is recorded or stored at the National Identity Management Commission. So it interacts real time with that platform. Now, each time you take such a picture, you need to ensure that you are in a very well lit room. It should be bright. And then your face is well captured, probably without glasses. Now, where you do all of this and you still have a challenge, then you can equally be registered by any of our tax offices. Do you need to go there? Not necessarily. You can pick any of our numbers online on or our email addresses and send your details plus a copy of your photo ID, and we can have you registered instantly. Alternatively, if there's a branch office close to you and it is convenient, you can get in there. It takes a minute and a half. You are registered and you have your TIN. So these are the alternatives you have to sort that out. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Theophilus. Mr. Babatunde, I hope we've answered your question correctly and to your satisfaction. If we have, please kindly give us a thumbs up. Mr. David Nuhu, is your hand still up from the last question, or is this a new question you want to ask? If it is, please kindly leave it in the chat box. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Mr. Babatunde, I think you can put your hands down now. Thank you very much. So we'll be attending to the questions in the chat box now. We have a question from Gideon. It says...
So in the... All right, I'll just deal with that myself. Now, Gideon says, why is the FCT revenue requesting for enterprises to provide all business expenditure records at the point where they are making a request for TCC? This is also a fantastic question, and I'd like us to pay attention to my submission. Every enterprise is supposed to do these two things distinctively. You are obligated to file your return on or before 31st March every year for income earned in the preceding year. What I have seen in my years of experience here is that most people wait and file that return together with TCC application. In fact, the heading of the filing is always TCC application rather than annual returns filing. So let's learn to separate it right there in our consciousness that the first thing we are doing for which we are obligated to do is to file our return. Now, when you file that return on or within that period, that's on the 31st of March or within that period, that's January to 31st, the earlier you prepare that return and file, the better, so that you have enough time to deal with whatever queries the revenue might come up with. Because the revenue has a right to query and request for any additional information, any whatsoever, is there in the law. It has a right to even initiate an audit. So file on time so that all of those things can be done with, so that at the point where you need a TCC, within 2 days you can get it. But what I see happen is most times people now combine both and bring. Most times at the point where they urgently need the TCC, and then it becomes a problem. It becomes a challenge in terms of time because the revenue officer, the assessment officer must do due diligence to your submission. Now, I've also seen where most such submissions, they really beg the question. You make a submission and your total gross revenue is 20 million and the direct cost is 19.5 million naira. So the question I ask is that business still sustainable? Should you continue doing that business where the cost is almost equal to the revenue? Now, for as long as you are staying in that business, chances are that you are just beefing up the cost so that you pay very low tax. And so we as taxpayers also don't give room for that trust relationship to be built. And the moment that element of distrust begins to play, we begin to ask for more documents or information to give ourselves that assurance that the claim you are making is actually true. So this is what is giving rise to this situation. It's not as if it's an audit. If it's audit, what will be asking you for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years is the current year that we're asking you for those information so that we can give ourselves that assurance that your declarations are reasonable and correct. But look at it clearly. You have a business that is engaged in, say, supplying of moi moi, for instance, or food in Abuja. Then you see an expense item, hotel accommodation, taking nearly 50% of the revenue in Lagos. You see all kinds of things. And this is what breeds distrust, and distrust breeds request for further information or documents so that we can get to the point where we are happy too and you are happy. So, after that, you have, please, does someone who has a tax ID before now need to obtain a new one? The answer is yes. I started the presentation by saying that prior to now, most of us had JTB tax identification numbers. All of that has been done away with. It's no longer even called TIN. It's now called tax ID. So we must all go to the JRB portal or come to Fct Irs and register to have the national tax ID and then what they call a payer ID for the state revenue where you are registered. So if you register with us in the Fct Irs now, whether you register using tax portal or via JRB, you end up having two sets of numbers. The other one never changes. It's called the National Tax ID. It will remain constant anywhere in Nigeria you go or the world. But then the payer ID can change. The day you move away from Abuja to Lagos, Lagos will likely give you their own payer ID. The next question here from Emmanuel is a company that is registered in September 2025. Will it be affected by the 31st March deadline? The answer is yes. For as long as you registered and commenced business in 2025, December of 2025, and you have staff and you paid salaries in that December, you are supposed to file a return. Even where you have a return for which there's no tax element, you are supposed to file a return for which there's no tax, i.e. you have staff whose earnings in that year are below the minimum wage threshold. You must still report them and what they earn, but don't deduct tax. Next person, Damilola. Okay, thumbs up. I'll try and check my camera and access it, my environment. Okay, fine. I can't see your screen, please. Please, sir, clarify the criteria for VAT filing for business name. VAT obligations are to the NRS. That's the federal tier of government. If you still need us to discuss that, we can speak after this, but it's outside the scope of this discussion. Adetayo has requested, please, I need the paper presentation. Okay, that the moderator will handle. Felix Ibrahim has also made the same request. Thank you. Moderator, over to you.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Really do appreciate the knowledge shared. Really do appreciate. Please kindly give our speaker a thumbs up. Kindly give him a thumbs up. I can't see the thumbs up. Like, send him heart reactions, thumbs up, if possible. Give him a round of applause with your emojis. Come on, don't be stingy with the reactions, please. Send in the reactions. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you. So, Mr. Donald, please kindly confirm that you're ready for the next session of this training. Kindly confirm that you're ready.
Mercy, please go ahead. We have spent enough time. Please go ahead.
Okay.
Okay, I should continue.
Yes, I'm trying to share my screen, sir.
Okay, it's fine. Okay, while we wait for that, I want to sincerely appreciate all our participants. When I look the last time, it was about 68 people. So thank you for being part of this, our free training for the month of March. Despite the network challenge, our presenter was able to manage the time, and we are seeing this is 12:42, so we are not exceeding the time. So we still work within the time. So thank you very much, Mr. Hembe. Thank you very much. We sincerely appreciate you. And on behalf of the management partners and staff of Donald Mezo and Cultural Accountant and DMC Business School, we sincerely appreciate you and wish to present this certificate of appreciation to you. You have actually performed well. You have shown your capability and capacity. We say thank you very much for this, your time. and your wealth of knowledge that you have shared with us. Please, when next we call upon you, kindly answer us. Thank you very much. On behalf of my partners, Mr. Gabriel, Raymond, Mr. Kim, and others, will present this certificate to you. Thank you very much for what you have done for us, and God bless you. Thank you very much. We really appreciate your time. So
Thank
to
you
my
very much.
wonderful,
Grateful.
thank you, sir. To my wonderful moderator and the co-moderator, I thank you all. Mercy and peace. Mercy will locate you, and peace of God will be with you. All DMC members, we thank you all. Please, those of you who have requested for the materials, it will be dropped at DMC members platform. Okay, so if you are not a member, kindly find a way to reach out to us so that you can join us on the platform. Once again, thank you very much. Thank you to all our participants. We thank you and thank you. Please expect more of this kind. Expect more of this kind in our next month edition. God bless you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm grateful. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. So over to you, my moderator. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Donald. Thank you very much, Mr. Theophilus. We really do appreciate the knowledge shared once again. And thank you to every of our participants, for everyone that joined in today. I hope you did not regret joining in. I hope you got a thing or two. I hope your knowledge capacity has increased. So till next time when we come your way, or next month when we come your way again.
Please, I'm not a member. Please, can you help the slide? I don't know how I'm going to do it to get it.
Mr.
I'm not in your group.
Mr. David Nuhu, we can hear you. So please kindly send a
I'm
DM.
also not a member. Please add me.
Okay, thank you very much. Please send
This
a message
is
to.
Thompson.
Are you on? Okay, you're not on the platform.
Yes.
I'm only on Top Notch group. I'm not on DMC group.
DMC. I want to be in the platform.
Okay, please kindly leave your contacts in the chat box and your WhatsApp contact.
Okay. Mercy, share my number on the platform so that they can chat us, or the office line so they can chat us. Then from there we'll get across to everybody, please. But all the platform where we'll share the link, we are going to share the papers there too, please. Top Notch is our own.
Thank you.
There's no problem. We'll share it there. Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so I should share the office line on this in this chat box so they can.
Share the office line on the chat board so they can chat, so that we can add them to the general platform, please.
All right, noted, sir. All right, I'll be doing that now. I'll be sharing the office line, official office line on the platform. Please kindly send a DM to that number that you want to be added to the group, and someone will respond to you. Okay, please kindly check the chat box. Mr. Nuhu and the other person who spoke up that they're not on the platform, please kindly check the chat box now. We've dropped the official line there. Please send a DM to that line and we'll take it up from there. Thank you very much once again. Thank you so much for your participation. We want to see these numbers next time. Please do not miss our free trainings. Like this is knowledge we're giving to you for free on a platter. You can't get it anywhere else once you've missed it here. So please take advantage of it. Take advantage of this platform. Thank you very much once again. I really appreciate everyone that took their time to join in. And for all of you who asked questions, thank you so much for paying attention. I really do appreciate. All right, so next month when we come your way, the date will be communicated for our next free training. So please ensure that you're reading every message that is dropped on the platform. This is for those who are not yet on the platform. Please ensure that any message that is dropped by the admin on the platform, make sure you're sure to read that message so that you don't miss out on any information, because that is where we drop all our updates on free trainings, and also our paid trainings, and also all our packages, generally speaking. So please ensure that you are paying attention to everything that is being put up there. So like I said, till next month when we come your way again, have a splendid day. Mr. Donald, you can end the meeting now. Mr. Donald, can you hear me?
Yes, we are ending the meeting. Thank you.